is a big move forward, isn't it?
That's exciting. I mean, brilliant bacteria. I think it's the word bacteria worries us, but actually bacteria is amazing stuff, and we're full of it, you know. So, and actually at the moment, most vegan leather means plastic, you know, and that's not great for the environment.
No.
So, no, I think this is brilliant.
Yeah, great idea. Right, Deborah, we've got to talk to you about your latest book. You've written a finance book aimed at ages between 11 and 16. I think this is a great idea, by the way. We don't really get taught any of this at school, do we? So I think it's absolutely brilliant. Adults can have a look at it and learn a thing or two.
Oh, I've had a look and learned a thing or two.
Excellent.
So this group in particular that I mentioned, 11 to 16-year-olds, why was it mainly targeted at them, though?
So they're the age group that's sort of looking forward into their future life, their careers, and actually there's quite a lot of anxiety around that. You know, what am I going to do in life, and how am I going to make money? And I just think that teaching, and to me, it's not a get-rich-quick book. It is about having a healthy relationship with money. You know, how do I make sure my money helps me to have a better life? And to be honest, I wrote the first book and I thought I was done. So that was for 6 to 9-year-olds, and I thought, pleased with that. That's got them off to a start. And it was 5 minutes before I was being nagged into, but you need to do the next age group. So I took a deep breath and thought, really, actually, it's really, really important.
I think you need to do a 5 to 7 one for me.
You know, the tricky thing, though, as a parent is because everything is digital, you know, you can't physically hold the money. The only coins my boys have got, and even when the tooth fairy comes, is euros, old euros from holidays that land under the pillow.
I thought it was like Apple Pay and you kids' teeth.
The tooth fairy's been on holiday, is that why?
It's been on holiday.
Yeah, of course.
But, we haven't got actual money, have we, these days?
It's hard, and I talk a lot about, I call it invisible money. You know, it's so easy to know what you're spending. When you put your hand in your pocket, there's no more money. You've spent your money. So I think actually learning how to keep a track on invisible money, you know, and making sure that the parents help. The parents understand it as well, because I lived in a world of physical cash, you know, so we've got to understand how we behave and how we keep a track on invisible money and pass it on to the children. I think there's a big responsibility to parents now to be very disciplined. And by that I mean, it's very easy to say, you know, we'll load that onto a card, or that's the money you've got. And then your child has run out, spent it all, comes back and says, can I have that, please? I really, really need it. And we do it, you know, and it's that moment that you need to say, actually, to teach value, you need to understand that once you've spent, you've spent. And that's really important.
And along with those kind of like values and lessons within the book, you talk about having a weekend job as well. What was your weekend job that you had, Deborah?
So my first business was selling flowers when I was 7. So that was my first business.
Wow.
But my first job was leading pony rides up and down Minehead Seafront. And I got paid nothing. I mean, I got paid in pennies, I think. But I got to ride the ponies back.
Amazing.
Oh, nice.
Enjoyable.
Well, you say in your book that Harry Styles' first job was in a bakery, and Taylor Swift, you wouldn't guess this, would you? Christmas tree farm. Yeah.
Gosh.
What was yours?
Picking praying mantis
off
the Christmas tree buds so that they didn't hatch, and when people are having their Christmas dinner.
Wow,
it's an important job.
No
Very
thanks,
important.
Very niche. I was a labourer for a landscape gardener.
Oh.
Which
that's
basically involves...
quite Chelsea Flower Show, isn't it?
Very appropriate.
No, it isn't, because this would involve... You see that pile of rocks there? Move them there. That was my gardening, was just lifting heavy things.
Yeah.
And I was nicknamed the biscuit burglar on account of my on account of my biscuit.
Thievery.
Penchant. Thievery. Yeah.
What was yours, quickly?
I was working in a department store in the saucepan department.
Nice.
I'll be honest, you dressed up. I've heard this before.
No, yes, actually, there was one. I was dressed as a dolphin, promoting dolphin-friendly tuna.
There you are.
That was my absolute.
I've just outed you on that, because you weren't going to say that, were you?
Thank you, Deborah.
Like a full dolphin.
We need to find a picture ASAP.
Oh, I can provide
Deborah Meaden Talks Money is out on Thursday, and of course you can see Deborah in Dragon's Den on iPlayer too.
Still to come, we're going to be talking to Rafe about the return of his brilliant TV show Trying, and how he's about to become a dad again in real life. Now then. Dun, dun, dun. We have to say, Rafe, a huge congratulations. Because, as we said, you're expecting another little baby with your on-screen wife, Esther, from the series Trying. This is amazing news. And the thing is, you are fully prepared this time.
Fully prepared. Couldn't be more prepared. No, it's a massive blessing. It's the best. I'm really, really excited.
Oh, a little newborn to smell and hug.
Oh, they're the best. Because, you know, my daughter, who's here with me today, my eldest daughter is 13. So it was 13 years ago that I had my first, and now we're blessed with another one. So it's extremely exciting.
And perfect babysitting age around that time as well. Works out pretty well. Good timing.
Well, I was telling Deborah on the way in here, my daughter is very industrious, is very good with her babysitting, and so I won't be paying her to babysit the baby.
Right, you'll have to get in on the booking system because she sounds like a busy girl with a baby.
Do you know what you were saying, though, that thing about when they exhaust their card and then they ask you for more? I always give in, Deborah.
Yeah, don't. Be
I'm not
disciplined. Be
Rafe,
disciplined.
you need to
I'm
be
going to think
strict.
of you.
Be strict, Rafe. Be
Sorry,
strict.
Lena. I'm sorry. Deborah says no.
Well, let's get back to your show, because Rafe and Esther, now you play Jason and Nikki in the show, the couple together. You've had a long journey in a bid to have a family, from failed IVF attempts in Series 1 to finally adopting their children in Series 2 and 3. But in the latest series, it picks up when the kids are a little bit older. Let's have a look.
It's been 6 years since we adopted our 2 children, and parenting hasn't got any easier.
Happy Mother's Day! Oh, your dad had something in his eye.
OK, so Tyler.
He's OK. I mean, he never gets picked. I'm going to start a football team for Tyler and for all the kids that don't fit in.
I lose it when people get in my face.
Noted.
And Princess.
She seems a bit up and down at the minute.
Have you been playing around with the thermostat?
You got me. Sometimes I get friends over. We just can't tear ourselves away from the thermostat.
Well, it's nice that they take an interest.
Oh, this is such a lovely series. Deborah, it's amazing if you haven't seen it. It's really funny. And you say that this is your favourite job. Despite having done loads of amazing stage plays and telly work, this is it, your favourite.
I love it. I love the people that I do it with. I love hanging out with Esther, obviously, as you can tell.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness for that. But, you know, it's lovely for lots of reasons. One of them is that I get to use my own accent. Because when you do acting and you've got to do an accent, most of the thing that you're thinking about is the accent. So the character looks and sounds a lot like me, so that makes it a lot easier. But it's really fun, and it's about something important. It's about something that people are affected by, something that isn't necessarily spoken about in the public discourse that much, which is infertility and people's struggles with it. And also how families take myriad forms, that they're not necessarily, as we would see, conventional. So adopted families, blended families, foster families, and they're all as valid and legitimate and as beautiful as each other. And all of those serious issues are addressed, but it's done using humour, which I think is very identifiable, because when the chips are down in life, we tend to rely on jokes, don't we, to get through. And this means a lot to people, this show, that have been through the issues that are addressed in it, and that's really gratifying.
Do people, like, reach out to you about it? Because you said, kind of, with it being on screen, and, you know, there's key messages in there that are very supportive to people going through kind of the adoptive process.
Yeah, you know, I'm not on any socials, but Esther is, and she gets loads of people writing to her. You know, people that have... Someone wrote to her recently who's been going through the adoption journey at the same time as our characters, because, you know, it's a very arduous, onerous process that takes a long time, and if you get to the end of that process where every aspect of your life is looked into and investigated, and you still want to do it, then it's given me such a huge admiration for people that adopt. It's a really wonderful thing. But, you know, it isn't just a show for people that have been affected by it, because I think everybody knows what it's like to try at something. Yeah. And that's what kind of defines being human. We just keep trying, don't we?
Keep going,
You know, you get it wrong, but there's always tomorrow, folks, and you can try again. And that's really the central message of the show, in my mind.
It is. There was another little message in there, in that little clip there, which was you trying to be a football manager. I saw. Big Palace fan, I hear. Trying to channel your inner Oliver Glasner. He's the Palace manager, for those of you who don't know.
I was going to say, right.
I'd say that this is the first time that Oliver Glasner's been mentioned on magazine television.
Yeah, it is. That's why I'm here, to be honest with you, Rafe. Do you know what I mean? Anytime there's any talk of football, I'm like, I'm your guy.
Yeah, no, there you go.
But, yeah, it is a nice little humorous part of the show as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I could see your ears prick up there when a football was managed. When it was mentioned. No, it was lovely. My character starts a football team for kids that have been adopted and come from difficult backgrounds and aren't great at football. Let's just say that.
Love it, love it.
But there's a lot of love in the show. A lot of love.
And quickly, we've got to quickly talk about your dad, Timothy Spall's BAFTA win as well for the leading actor role. I mean, you weren't able to be there, were you? But it was an emotional kind of moment for you.
Oh, there he is. Look at him.
We love your dad.
So do I. You know, I was on a plane and I was flying to Vancouver and I knew it was happening. And I couldn't get any Wi-Fi on the plane, obviously. And then when I landed, I was able to go online and I burst into tears because I love him so much and I know how much it means to him and how much it means to my family. I mean, it makes me want to cry now that I burst into tears like a big baby and the stewardess came over and was like, "Are you OK?" Thinking I got some bad news. I was like, "No, my dad's just won a BAFTA." And I showed a picture of my dad with his award and shit. And all the cabin crew cheered. It was a really beautiful moment. I'm so proud of him. Yeah, I can't even tell you.
So proud of him.
Well, Trying returns to Apple TV Plus from Wednesday, and you can also see Rafe in the brilliant drama The English on iPlayer.
Now, this Thursday, the Premier League darts champion will be crowned, and thanks to superstar darts player Luke Littler, the sport is now more popular than ever.
Joe Swash has been to see how it's having a huge impact in the classroom.
I've been a darts fan ever since my nan taught me the game as a kid. My Nanny Fran, little Nanny Fran, here she is, she was a darts super fan. She loved it, and I spent so many hours watching darts with her. And thanks to darts sensation Luke Littler's recent success, a new generation of wannabe darts players are trying their hand at the sport. Nice. Sean Casey-Paul is an England youth darts coach at the Coventry Junior Darts Academy.
Luke Littler on the television, you can't even imagine it. It's doubled, probably quadrupled most of the academies throughout the country. It's never been a more exciting time for it.
Here, over 50 kids of all abilities come once a week to improve their game.
It's really good, like you find new friends.
I love it here. It's a great atmosphere.
It's such a cool vibe. I'd never have dreamt that so many kids would be in one place playing darts. And these kids aren't just learning how to play darts, they're also improving their maths too.
26.
My maths, I didn't even know I was learning maths. I'd gone literally when I was 9 years of age, bottom of the class, to when I was 11, when I left school, to top of the class, and it was fantastic.
Most darts players get so good at maths because the game requires them to do quick calculations, working out how to get to zero in the fewest darts possible, which Luke Littler has become a master at.
I was terrible at maths myself, but it's just the longer you practice, the quicker you get to know checkouts.
153 to check out.
60, 57, 36.
111.
Ball 11 ball.
It inspired Sean to develop a learning programme for schools called Marts, where darts and maths are combined. It's being trialled at 12 primary schools across the Midlands, including Cedars Academy in Birmingham. So let's go and see what it's all about. Let's throw some arrows.
You get to... And he gets a 20, well done.
Marts is an after-school club designed for children aged from 7 to 11.
If I go that, and that, the trebles, add it up for me.
Kids work together to solve maths questions whilst playing darts.
117 add...
Brilliant adding up.
You'd add 48. 165.
165, well done.
Damn.
That is absolutely brilliant, really, really good. They're working out the scores together, and I'll ask them to get a score on the dartboard, and oh yeah, straight away, they'll go for it. Yeah, so it's a style of learning that is for everybody.
Why would you say this is your favourite class in school?
Well, it's probably my most fun.
When I was a kid growing up, learning wasn't something that I was very good at, and I was very good at practical stuff. So watching these kids learning while they're doing something practical really makes sense to me. 11-year-old Catherine, who is now at secondary school, found the primary school darts club really helped boost her self-esteem.
It restored my confidence and I felt better.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine you with no confidence.
Cathy suffers with anxiety, and being part of this group just helped her confidence and motivation. And she went to secondary school ready to go.
It's another way to learn for people that just struggle, and it's just really unique.
Yeah, well done.
Back at the Coventry Darts Academy, 17-year-old England junior captain Jensen Walker has challenged me to a game.
60 there, 120, 180.
And he's a real whiz with his sums. 92.
You'd be going treble 20 and double 16. or you'd be going on the ball. Ball would leave you 42, you can go 10 or 16. Obviously 6 would leave you double 18 and 10 would leave you double 16.
That is so impressive. Today has been really inspiring to see so many young people engaged with maths. And who knows, one day, one of this lot might be the next Luke Littler.
That's a good idea.
Very good idea. You can't be getting a calculator out to work out how you get out on the dartboard, can you?
No.
Do it properly. We've got to say thank you anyway to all of our guests today, to Rafe and to Deborah. Thank you very much.
We will be back tomorrow, and joining us will be Vicky McClure and Kiefer Sutherland. That'll be nice.
Will be nice.
Have a lovely evening. We'll see you then.
Good night.
Bye-bye.